Okay, welcome back guys, it's DJ Lady and you're listening to UBFM Station for the Next Generation. And with me is DJ Hilmi, just say hi.
Everyone.
And we have two guests here today with us. Can you please introduce yourselves?
Hi, my name is Myra. I'm the Education USA Advisor at the US Embassy, and with me is...
My name is Edward Finlay. You call me Ed. I am the Public Affairs Officer at the US Embassy here in Brunei.
Awesome! So, I hear that there's going to be a US Education Fair here in Brunei soon. Would be on... when is it going to be?
So,
Sure.
Go ahead.
Absolutely. Thank you. I'll start, and then Myra can add in. She's the real Education USA expert here. But I really want all of your listeners to know that the US Embassy and Education USA is sponsoring our second major US higher education fair here in Brunei, which means that representatives of a bunch of American universities and colleges are coming all the way to Brunei, hopefully to speak with some of your students, both secondary school students, but also university students who might look to get a master's degree at some point or do their discovery year abroad. And the fair will be on Tuesday, the 3rd of February, next week, at the Rizqun International Hotel. Myra, what did I leave out?
okay, so most importantly, we'll have 12 U.S. universities coming to Brunei. Some of them visiting for the second time around, and some will be fairly new here. There is one university, University of Arizona, where I know a few UPD students actually went for the Discovery Year program last year. So we have other universities as well, like Purdue University. We have community colleges. We have public and private universities coming. So this is one of the best times for UPD students who are looking for a U.S. university for the Discovery Year program, and those looking towards taking a master's program in the United States of America.
So what about those who... is this only limited to undergraduates and graduates? How about people who want to take maybe a PhD in the US? Is it also included?
Yes, of course, it's for postgraduate as well, as they would term it here in Brunei, which is the master's and the doctorate degree or the PhD. These universities that are visiting us on Tuesday, the 3rd of February, will have a comprehensive list of courses from bachelor's degree, graduate, and doctorate degree. So it's for everybody. So if you're a working professional, a lecturer at UBD, and you're looking towards getting a second PhD or a master's degree, it is worth to visit this fair on Tuesday, next Tuesday.
Is it going to be held only in one day?
Well, yes, the fair will start at 1:30, where we will have a pre-fair panel discussion with the U.S. University representatives, and the official opening of the fair will be at 3 o'clock. So this will run from 3 p.m. till 6:30 p.m. So students who are still in school until 4 will still have a bit of time to drop by at the Rizqun Hotel and see what we have to offer there.
Okay.
Other representatives of different U.S. universities also come to Brunei, but they may come on their own separately. We've had some just recently, and there may be more coming in the future. But what's great about this event is that it's one specific day where you have a large group together, and students can go from one table to the other and really explore everything about that university, what it has to offer, what the U.S. higher education system has to offer, how it's different from the UK system in any other country, what's unique about it, and that people can really get a lot of information and decide for themselves.
Very nice. If to our fellow listeners out there, maybe they want to hear more about this, before the actual day next week, where can they find, infos on this?
Well, we have the U.S. Embassy website, the U.S. Embassy Facebook as well. We're also on Instagram. So there's more information there, and you can always reach out to us at the U.S. Embassy or email me, rollesmt@state.gov. I can provide you initial information about how you can prepare for studying in the States. So when you go to the fair, you're actually prepared. You know what questions to ask.
Awesome.
And our website, our embassy website, and our Facebook page especially, also have other information as it comes up about a lot of opportunities that are of interest to young people in Brunei that are sponsored through the U.S. Embassy or the State Department. There's for example, there's a major, President Obama started a major youth initiative for youth from all the ASEAN countries, the whole ASEAN region, the Southeast Asian Youth Leaders Initiative, and already for over a year now we have been looking for, inviting, selecting certain representatives who are interested in participating in some of these programs. There have been programs in Malaysia, in Singapore just recently, and even in the U.S. And in fact, your colleague DJ Will, I believe, has participated in some of them and is a great representative of young leaders here in Brunei. And so, yeah, what I wanted to say was that this kind of information also you can find on our website about the fair, about higher education, about opportunities for young people.
And so in fact, our exchange and cultural specialist Shoba will be there at the fair as well, and we'll have a table under the U.S. Embassy which will talk more about these exchange programs. So it's not just visiting the U.S. University representatives table, but visiting the U.S. Embassy table as well, where you get to know more about student visa application process, our exchange programs, and other programs we offer at the U.S. Embassy. Plus, hopefully we'll have the Alumni Association join us for the fair, who will give guidance to students, their own first-hand experience when they were studying in the States a few years back.
DJ Hilary, did you know that our very own DJ will be going to the US for his discovery year?
Are you saying DJ Willie?
Yes, our very own DJ Will.
That's great.
So you want to go to the US? I don't know, study there maybe?
Yeah, that's a definite possibility.
What would you take there? What course would you take there? I mean, we have the experts here right now. Why not ask?
Maybe something in the lines of communications, media, something like that. In the social science part, I guess.
Great. There's, one of the great things about the U.S. system is pretty vast, and absolutely everything is available because there are simply so many universities and world-ranked universities, more than in any other country that you can choose from, and so there definitely are programs that fit exactly what you're looking for. Part of the thing with a fair like this is it's a chance to actually talk to people and find out what their universities offer and what kind of school might be right for you. But I did want to say that the Discovery program is just a great opportunity for anyone who can take advantage of it. And it's an opportunity to go around the world to see some pretty incredible things in the U.S. you likely have not seen before. If you like warm weather in Hollywood, you can find universities on the West Coast. If you like, black leather jackets and cool cities, you can go to New York, and there's just no end of diversity. And international students are really welcome at U.S. universities.
Las Vegas is my aim.
Las Vegas. Big bright lights.
But yeah, I have a question regarding. Sorry, what was my question? Yeah, it was regarding about a certain university in the US. Say I want to take creative writing in the University of Texas in Austin. So, okay, I'm not really sure if they will be attending the US Education Fair. Yeah. So, who do I exactly go see personally, or should I just email them directly?
That's me, actually.
Oh, awesome!
The person who will direct you and guide you and go with you step by step. If you're looking at doing your discovery year at the University of Texas at Austin, and we will connect you with their global section and exchange section at the University of Texas, and perhaps not just that university, look at other universities as well, because you need to have options, not just one school.
Yeah, that's right.
And the other thing you can do, of course, is go to their website. Just Google them and find their website. They're easy to find, and then you'll be able to look and see what are the different programs they offer. And if you put in creative writing, I'm quite sure it will show you what their offerings are. They may have world-class faculty in creative writing. I'm not sure, but there may be other universities that do as well. So that's those two ways together. Come to the embassy, talk to Myra, get some personalized advising on the whole application process, but then also do some research online or through the books that you can find.
And the representatives who are coming to the fair are actually, they're not agents, so they are the direct admissions representatives representing their universities. So do take that opportunity to meet with them, because it does add on when you know the admissions represented prior to you applying maybe the next 1 or 2 years for your Discovery Fair program.
Say someone wants to go see you directly. You can be found at the U.S. Embassy, right?
Yes.
Where is the U.S. Embassy located in Brunei?
So the U.S. Embassy is at Jalan Bhutan, that used to be called Jalan Kebangsaan. However, since the embassy may not be accessible at all times for student advising, we actually have an American shelf at the National Library in Bandar, which I will start advising sessions next month, which is February, on a Friday, maybe once or twice a month. And that is easier for students to actually go there, and we have resources available there too. Plus, you just have to be a member of the library just to make use of the references and information we have available at the American Shelf.
That's incredibly convenient.
Yes, it is.
Wow. Any questions you have, Ellie?
I just feel this
Yeah, they
now.
got distracted and taking this for this
No
will take us
problem.
back. But anyway, maybe we'll take a little break for now. Okay. So don't go away, guys. We'll be here with Myra, Ed, and DJ Hilmi, and not forgetting DJ Lady. So stay tuned to UBDFM station for the next generation. Hello guys. Oh my gosh, what's wrong with my English today? So welcome back to UBDFM, the station for the next generation. This is still DJ Lady with DJ Tony, and we
Hey.
still have, oh sorry, you want to say hi, sorry.
Hi.
And we still have these two lovely people from the US Embassy, Ed and Myra. Say hi guys.
Hello, hi guys.
Hi. So anyway, I'm gonna let DJ Hilmi ask his question. He has a question for these two people, so fire
I
away.
actually have 2 questions.
Okay, never
One from
mind.
before, one a new one actually. Okay, I actually asked you this before actually when we were off air, but anyways, what would you say to students who are worried to go to the US because of like safety reasons of the status right now, stuff like Ferguson riots, stuff like that?
Sure. I totally understand. Really, anyone going halfway around the world for any reason would make sense to be worried, or their parents to be worried, going a long way away, and so on and so forth. Plus, in the media, you hear anything that happens in the U.S., it's get in the papers. The U.S. is a huge country, and a very, very large number of people live there, and of course, like anywhere, things can happen. But the U.S. is a very successful country, and I think quite a law-abiding country. A very nice place to live. I'm glad to have my family there. But really, the best answer to your question, I think, would be to ask the international students that actually study in the U.S. They really can give you the perspective that you want, what it's like for them to work and live there. And I think the good news is that the number of those students choosing to study in the U.S. is not going down, it's going up. It really is going up every year. The number is 700,000 or 800,000 students this year, if not more. And some of them are Bruneians who are, to my knowledge, having a pretty successful and happy career there. So that's what I would really recommend, is talk to those people.
And if you get more first-hand information, hear it from the Bruneians themselves or in the States, go to Facebook, Bruneians in the USA. Add yourself in the Facebook group and feel free to chat with the members there. Plus, we have Kevin Yu, who used to work at UPD Global Affairs, who is now the education attaché at the Brunei Embassy in Washington, D.C. So he is in charge of all Bruneians who are currently studying in the States. So that's direct contact for you there as well.
That's a very good resource. I think it can be reached through the website of the Brunei Embassy in Washington, D.C.
Okay, so there's really little reason to worry about. So
Well, maybe not exactly. Not of course, you have to exercise caution and everything, but the general, danger that students, international people are worried about, that can be easily arranged. Yes.
Anytime someone travels or goes to live overseas, it's always good to really learn about where you're going, understand it, get familiar with it. And always, even when you're in your own country, be careful. Pay attention to things that are going around you. Any big city in the world, travelers, it's always a good thing.
So I didn't realize there was a group Bruneians in the USA
sure.
Facebook group. That seems convenient for a lot of people.
It is.
So do both of you work with that Facebook group, I guess?
Well, I'm a friend there, and at least Kenny is a friend there too. So he's welcome to Bruneians who are already in the States, looking at studying in the States, and want to learn more about the States. So you really want to hear from fellow Bruneians how they're coping with availability of halal food, for example, during the fasting month, places of worship, for example, weather, what to wear on the first day of school,
Yeah, and the good thing, to further answer your question, is that it's not our website at all. We don't have any influence on it, and that means that it's exactly the perspective of those students who are there. So I'm sure they have plenty to complain about, too much homework or whatever, but it should all be there. I just think it's a good resource.
And the second question.
Question.
What would you say the difference, the advantages of the U.S. system compared to the other universities on other part of the world, I guess?
I think the main advantage is flexibility and the options you have in the United States of America. We have over 4,000 U.S. universities there. You imagine 4,000 versus 4 in Brunei. And plus, the education system is quite holistic. That during the first 2 years, you take up subjects similar to, whether, for example, DJ Lady is taking up geology, and DJ Helmi is taking up communications, you'll be taking up almost the same subjects for your first 2 years, and then choose your major on your third year. So you get that exposure in the first 2 years, because many of us, like myself, when I was in high school, didn't really know what to do. Until I got exposed. So you expose yourself to the sciences, communications, mathematics, and then you learn and understand, this is what I really want to do. So this is what my major will be in my third year and fourth year.
So you don't have to choose what your program is going to be before you get there, and not be able to change it later. We were talking about flexibility. So we build in time to take a range of courses, but also prepare if you know what you want to do. Prepare for it. And then if you change your mind, you can change your major. Another thing you can do in the U.S. that you can't do in many other countries is, if you're a good student, take 2 majors. So it's possible to have 2 specializations in completely different things. You may major in French and chemical engineering. I don't know. It could be anything.
Wow, I didn't know that.
It's not easy, but you can do it.
Not just you can actually do multiple majors as well. And when you enroll yourself at a U.S. university, you enroll at the university, not just the course or department itself. Another advantage I want Bruneians to know is on practical training, which I know you guys do as well during Discovery Year. It's what we call optional practical training or curricular practical training, where students actually experience work related to the course they take up.
Oh, so it's kind of like a work attachment.
Yes, a work attachment. So if you're taking up courses in the fields of science, technology, engineering, or mathematics, you can stay up to 29 months in the States for work experience or optional practical training. And this is open to all international students. That's a big advantage.
years.
You never heard that in the system.
So another question actually, this just came up. What do all universities in America have in common in terms of services and like education and stuff? Like maybe something like UEDFM?
Yeah, well, it's a good question. First of all, U.S. systems really vary. There are big state universities that have absolutely everything to offer, and then smaller ones that have less. But generally, I would say, my view is that system, higher education in the U.S., especially for undergraduates, universities have, they try to make it like home in many ways. They want students to really become attached to the university that they work at, and doing that, they have a lot of activities beyond the academic work. You've probably heard about how sports crazy U.S. universities are. Well, it's true. A lot of universities have athletes that both study and play at a very high level, and so there are huge football games and basketball games that students go to and can enjoy. And then there are also clubs that students who are not athletes can participate in, play in. Every good university, to my mind, has a college radio station, is what we call it. University radio or college radio is a great tradition in the U.S. I loved it when I was in university because they were always playing music that was like a year ahead of the commercial radio. So they knew what was going to be good. So I think college radio is a great thing, and there's a lot in mass media and communications that you can do in clubs and activities. And there are international student clubs, there are clubs for art and drama, really all kinds of things. Most universities will have a pretty wide range.
Nothing to add. I hope we've convinced you not to prepare. Very convinced.
Well, one last question before we end this session. Yes, guys, this session has to end one way or another. So, in your opinion, this is not like, maybe this might be a little too biased, but this is regarding your own opinion. What is the best university that any international student should attend in the US?
Okay.
We
have a lot.
You're right. There are a lot. There's really no answer to that because it depends on what your interests are. I mean, if you are, and secondly, you're right. We're not allowed to pick and choose among the US. They're all have an equal opportunity to try and show students what they have to offer, and hope that students choose those universities. There are rankings, of course. The U.S. government doesn't have its own set of rankings, but there are lots of private organizations that do rank schools, and they'll rank them by just the best academically, or the best for engineering, or the 10 best for fine arts, or the 10 best for whatever. So that's why I say it depends. It depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for one thing in particular, it may not be Harvard, MIT, even though those are really highly ranked universities that everyone knows. But it may be so.
Well, from the perspective of an education agency advisor, we always tell students, is that the best fit for you? Because you have a lot of choices in the States, but you're looking for a school or a university that will bring out the best in you. Not to please your parents, not to please your peer or your group, but finding a school that best fits you. So you have to set the criteria. What's the best fit school for you? Well, for example, if you're taking up geology and you like DJing, definitely you need to find a university that has its own campus radio, right?
Definitely.
And experiment on rocks at the same time. If you're in communications, you love playing basketball, you want to play basketball after school. So you want to balance your academic life and your social life as well. And that's what the United States offers. It's a life experience.
Very strong. Yes. So guys, I hope you're convinced to attend the US Education Fair. If you're not convinced yet, just go to, Google about this, because I am honestly going to be shocked if you are not convinced, because everyone in the studio is. So anyway, you guys can actually visit www.brunei.usembassy.gov/studyusa.html for more information. And you can also go to their Facebook, which is /US Embassy VSB, or go to their Instagram, that is at US Embassy VSB. And I hope you guys enjoyed this session, this very informative session with us here today with me, DJ Hilmi, and of course Myra and Ed. And any last messages you guys want to give to our listeners?
We appreciate being here. It's a great station, great university, and it's a great country. I love working here, and I again appreciate the opportunity. And we're always available if you have questions.
Awesome. So that's the end of my session, our session today. Hilmi, do you have any last words to say to our fellow listeners?
Just go there.
February 3. Yeah. Don't forget, guys, February 3 next week at Rizqun Hotel, level 4, Songket Hall, 1:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. If I don't see you guys there, I'll probably go hunt you guys. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, bye guys. It's DJ Lady and DJ Hilmi signing off. And yeah, this is UBFM, the station for the next generation. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you.